Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Before we begin, we should pay respect to our gurus. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Friends, today we are going to learn about Hindu Panchangam. We'll see how to interpret and decode ancient Hindu Panchang. The entire universe is manifested in forms of Lord Vishnu. He is everything. He is Shiva, he is Ganesha, he is Devi. He is in every living and non-living things. He is Paramatma, the Supreme Soul. He is Tithi, Indian date, Vaar, day, Nakshatra, stars and constellations, Yoga, and Karna. He is time. Without him there is no time. He is Panchangam. All other shastras are not pratyaksha, not visible, not perceived by senses, not clear, etc. They are very good in debate, but Jyotisha Shastra is pratyaksha, and its pramana, witnesses, are the sun and the moon. Hindus use Panchangam for different purposes. For timekeeping, almanac, religious purposes like when is the particular festival, for example, Mahashivaratri, Diwali, Krishna Janmashtami, Sri Ramanavami. They also use it to find auspicious time to perform activities or events like marriage, mundan, first time putting to school, and other dates. They use it to find out positions of heavenly bodies, and from that they prepare Jatakam or Kundli, positions of heavenly bodies at the time of birth. That is used for astrological interpretations. Important thing to remember is that usually when we look at the calendar, the day starts at midnight. Right at the 0000 hours, date and day changes. This doesn't happen with Hindu Vedic calendar. As per Hindu system, the day changes at sunrise. Hence, the day is from one sunrise to another sunrise. Midday is not 12 o'clock noon. It's the exact half of the time difference of the sunset and sunrise. Midnight is the exact half of the differences of next day sunrise to today's sunset. Indian date, Tithi, doesn't start at the midnight or at sunrise. It can start any time and end any time. We'll see more in detail later on. It has lunar and solar months and different systems prevailing in different parts of India. Panch means five, Agna means limbs. Now, if you combine them, it becomes Panchanga, 5 limbs. There are 5 limbs of time. The first one is the Tithi, Indian date. It is the difference between positions of sun and moon. It's nothing but phases of moon. There are 15 phases in the bright half, waxing moon, and 15 phases in the dark half, waning moon. Bright half ends with Purnima, full moon, whereas darker half ends with waning moon. Hence, each phase is called Tithi. They start at any time and end at any time, as phases of moon is not dependent on neither midnight nor sunrise. They continue to occur as earth and moon move in the heaven. Vaar is a day, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are 7 Vaars. Nakshatra is a constellation, a star. There are 27 nakshatras. The heavens are divided into 27 equal parts, and each 13 degrees and 20 minutes apart. 800 minutes is called nakshatra. Yoga. Yoga is the combinations of degrees of sun and moon and divided into 27 equal parts. Each part is called yoga. This tells us which time is good and which time may be bad. There are certain good yogas and certain bad yogas during the day. Karna. Karna is a half Tithi. Each Tithi has 2 equal parts. Each part is Karna. There are 11 Karnas, out of which 7 are movable, char, cardinal karna, and remaining 4 are fixed, stira karna. We'll see more about this later. Now we know the basic elements of the Hindu day. How it's represented, we need to know how entire calendar is organized. A calendar contains name of Samvatsara, name of the year number, Shaka year or Vikram Samvats, year number, name of the current lunar month, name of the current solar month based on sun's Rashi, fortnight, brighter half or darker half, Shukla Paksha or Krishna Paksha, and then each day has the information about every day's Panchang, Tithi, Vaar, Nakshatra, Yoga, and Karna. Additionally, Panchang also contains everyday sunrise, sunset, moonrise, and moonset times. Days of the planetary setting, Asta, like Guru and Shukra Asta, in certain languages is also called Modhyami. These are very important as one needs to avoid Guru and Shukra Asta days in auspicious events like wedding, Gruha Pravesa, and other homas, fire sacrifice. It also has Ritus, name of the seasons, Ayana, apparent movement of sun in north and south directions with respect to Earth's tilt and equator. Gola, the position of sun above equator or below equator, dates of the eclipse and festival dates. There are various calendric systems in use in India. Hence, there are two main calendars: solar, based on sun's changing of rashis, and lunisolar calendar, based on phases of moon. When a moon completes entire circle around Earth and goes through both phases, brighter and darker half, makes it 1 month. But it's adjusted to solar calendar, and hence Hindu Vedic calendar is lunisolar calendar. Solar calendars are in use in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Malayalam school, Orissa, Punjab, and Bengal. The lunisolar calendar is in use in remaining parts of India, and it has two flavors. It's mainly how month ends. One sect believes month ends on new moon, and hence their calendar is called Amavasyant calendar, primarily used in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. The remaining sect uses months ending on Purnima. Samvatsara is a name of each year. There are 60 such names. Each year gets a new name at the beginning of the new year. After the year is over, the next year gets the next year name, and hence all 60 samvatsara appear in cyclic fashion. This means when all 60 samvatsaras are over, in the 61st year it begins with the first samvatsara. This 60-year Jovian cycle is called samvatsara. Sometimes people correlate with Jupiter. Samvatsara begin with the start of the year and they keep occurring in cyclic order. The first year name is Prabhava, denotes the evolution of new creative force. The last one is Kshaya, or destruction. Solar calendar is organized differently. When the sun enters Nirayana, sidereal Mesha Rasi, with respect to the distant stars, the new year begins. Now, every school determines the start of the year depending on which part of the day sun enters Mesha Rasi. Each school, Tamil, Malayalam, Orissa, Bengal, and Punjab, have different rules. Like we discussed before, Amavasyant Months ends on Amavasya. This means it ends with Krishna Paksha and it begins with Shukla Paksha. They are very popular in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. The new year begin with Shukla Paksha Pratama of Chaitra. For Gujarat, the new year starts with the Kartika Shukla Paksha Pratama. They all use different era: Shaka year, Shalivahana era, and Vikrama year, Vikrama era. For example, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh uses Shaka era or Shalivahana era, whereas Gujarat uses Vikrama era. Purnimant months ends on full moon. This means it ends with Shukla Paksha and months begin with the Krishna Paksha. The new year starts with Chaitra Shukla Paksha Pratama. It's most popular in North India. The Purnimant system uses Vikrama era. The lunar year is 10 days shorter than the solar calendar, hence it creates a difference of a month in 3 years. In order to adjust this and to synchronize Hindu lunar calendar with solar calendar, a month is added to synchronize it with the solar calendar. When the Nirayana sun doesn't change a Rashi during the month, it's called Adhik Masa, and that month is added to synchronize it with the solar calendar. Sometimes when Adhik Masa occurs, one will see sometimes the sun going through 3 Rashis in a given month. That is called Kshaya Masa. Both Adhika and Kshaya Masa are called as a Mala Masa, and no auspicious events are performed during these months. Hence, our Hindu Vedic calendar is not lunar calendar but lunisolar calendar. Panchangam may additionally contain some important information useful in deciding right Muhurtha, such as local sunrise and sunset, local moonrise and moonset, Shaka and Samvat's year number and their names, Samvatsara, lunar and solar month names. Panchanga, Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, and Karana. Additionally, it will include Rahukala, Yamaganda, Gulikai, Durmuhurtam, Vajyam, Abhijit Muhurta, Amritkalam, timings, and also, as we discussed earlier, Ayana, Dakshinayana, or Uttarayana, Gola, Uttar Gola, or Dakshina Gola, and name of the Ritu. Most temples recite daily Panchangam in front of the Vigraha or god, idol of the god, when temple doors open in the morning. As we discussed earlier, that a Hindu day doesn't change at midnight. A Hindu day Vaar is from one sunrise to another sunrise. This sunrise is a local event and the sun doesn't rise and set at the same time all over the earth, as the earth is not flat. To calculate sunrise, one requires the longitude, latitude, and altitude of the place. Hence, the sunrise and sunset times varies from place to place every day depending on current season and location of Earth's tilt with respect to the sun. This causes the length of day and night to vary from location to location, and this makes the Hindu day not be exactly of 24 hours. As the day doesn't change at midnight, the normal Panchangam convention is to continue adding 24 hours to clock time after the midnight. For example, when we discussed about Sunday, it will be from the sunrise of Sunday to another sunrise. After midnight, it will be still Sunday till next sunrise, and hence Panchang doesn't reset clock at midnight. After midnight, they will continue to add 24 to the clock time till next day sunrise. For example, midnight will be referred as 24 hours 00 minutes, 1 a.m. referred as 25 hours 00 minutes, 1:30 as 25 hours 30 minutes, 5 a.m. as 29 hours 00 minutes, and 6 a.m. as 30 hours 00 minutes. The actual sunrise is when the middle of the disk rises above the horizon. The newspaper gives sunrise times, that is, upper limb rises above the horizon. This newspaper sunrise isn't good for astrological purposes, as the longitude of the sun and the longitude of the lagna ascendant should be the same during the actual sunrise. This happens when we take the middle of the disk rises above horizon. Hence, you'll notice time differences in newspaper sunrise and the time specified in Panchangam. Most Drik Panchangam uses middle of the disk rising. Now let's understand how timings are represented in Panchangam. As we already know by now, the day begins at sunrise and ends at next sunrise. Hence, we don't reset the clock at midnight. So, if the sun rises today at 6:31 a.m., the next day sun rises at 6:32 a.m. The timing will be represented as follows. 6:31 a.m. will be represented as 6 hours 31 minutes. 11:30 a.m. will be represented as 11 hours 30 minutes. 12:01 p.m. will be represented as 12 hours 01 minutes. 1:01 p.m. will be represented as 13 hours 01 minutes. 11:59 p.m. will be represented as 23 hours 59 minutes. Midnight 00 hours 00 minutes will be represented as 24 hours 00 minutes. Here, things to note in English date and day has changed, but the Indian day has not changed. 30 minutes past a.m. will be represented as 24 hours 30 minutes. 1 a.m. will be 25 hours 00 minutes. 1:30 a.m. will be 25 hours 30 minutes. 4 a.m. will be 28 hours 00 minutes. 5 a.m. will be 29 hours 00 minutes. Basically, you keep adding 24 hours to the clock till next day sunrise. Hence, if the next day sunrise is at 6:32 a.m., then 6:31 a.m. will be represented as 30 hours 31 minutes, and 6:32 will be represented as 6 hours 32 minutes. Let's take another example. Panchanga mentions end timings for Tithi, Nakshatra, Yoga, and Karana. This means they end at that time, and right after that, another Tithi, Nakshatra, Yoga, or Karana will start. For example, let's assume that on February 1st, Panchanga mentions that Saptami Tithi ends at 27 hours, 53 minutes, 46 seconds. This means that Saptami Tithi will end on English date February 2nd at 3 hours 53 minutes 46 seconds a.m. and right after that Ashtami Tithi start, and it will prevail till the sunrise of February 2nd and beyond. Another example, on February 3rd, Navami Tithi ends at 24 hours 25 minutes 37 seconds. This means that Navami ends at 00 hours 25 minutes 37 seconds of English date February 4th. And Dasami Tithi starts right after that, continues till morning of February 4th. Likewise, when the Panchanga mentions that on February 5th, the Ekadasi Tithi ends at 19 hours 13 minutes 15 seconds, it means that Ekadasi Tithi ends at 7 hours 13 minutes 15 seconds p.m. of February 5th, and Dwadasi Tithi starts right after. It will continue till its end time explicitly mentioned in Panchangam. Each lunar months have two halves, Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. The brighter half, in which the moon increases in its size every day and continues till full moon, is called the Shukla Paksha. The darker half, in which moon slowly decreases in its size till it's not visible at night at all, new moon, Amavasya, is called Krishna Paksha. Each lunar month is moon cycle around the earth, roughly 360 degrees. Each half is roughly 180 degrees. There are 12 lunar months names, starting with Chaitra, Vaishakha, Jyeshta, Ashadha, Shravana, Bhadrapada, Asvayuja or Ashwina, Kartika, Mrigasira, Pushya, Magha, Palguna. Let's discuss Tithi, also known as phases of moon. The phases occur because of the moon's orbit around the earth, and at given point only portions of moon visible from the earth due to the angle it creates with earth. This is again a phenomena. The half moon is always illuminated by the sun except during the lunar eclipses. Each phase is Tithi. There are 30 phases, 15 in Sukla Paksha and 15 in Krishna Paksha. Hence, dividing the distance between the sun and the moon by 30 gives the current Tithi. Because maximum distance is 360 degrees divided by 30 gives 12 degrees, and hence the length of the Tithi is exactly 12 degrees. The picture on the bottom of this slide shows an example of phases of moon, how it occurs. Now we know what Tithis are, the phases of moon. Now we also know the length of a Tithi, 12 degrees. But the moon's motion is very erratic, and the earth is also moving around the sun at the same time, and hence the length of Tithi in terms of time can vary from 19 to 26 hours. On Amavasya day, the sun and moon appear to be together. On the Purnima day, the sun and moon appear to be 180 degrees apart. As explained before, we also know that Tithi doesn't start at midnight or sunrise. They start any time and end at any time. The Panchanga will specify end times for any given Tithi, Nakshatra, Yoga, and Karna. They don't specify the start time, but the end times. When one Tithi ends, another starts automatically right after. For example, on February 4th, Dashami Tithi ends at 22 hours 00 minutes, means at 10 p.m. Ekadasi Tithi starts right after at 22 hours 00 minutes. On the February 5th, Ekadasi Tithi ends at 19 hours 13 minutes, that is 7:13 p.m., and Dwadasi Tithi starts right after that and continues till next sunrise and even after till its end times explicitly mentioned in the Panchangam. Normally when one Tithi ends, another starts, and hence in a given day from one sunrise to another there will be normally two Tithis are seen. But sometimes the length of given Tithi can be shorter than 24 hours, may be about 18 to 19 hours, and hence, as a result, more than two Tithis appear on a given day from one sunrise to another. This is called the Kshaya Tithi. When Tithi are longer than 24 hours, and they will definitely take more than a day, and they will appear on more than 2 days, and there will be only one Tithi on that day. When this situation arises, it's called the Vriddhi Tithi. Kshaya and Vriddhi Tithis are omitted for any auspicious occasions, events. Let's take a concrete example to demonstrate this concept. For example, on February 8, 2009, Panchang for Seattle, this can be found on www.mypanchang.com, Sukla Paksha Chaturdasi ends at 9:50 a.m. and Purnima starts right after that time. It ends on 30 hours 49 minutes, means ends on February 9th, 2009. 6:49 a.m. and Krishna Paksha Prathama starts right after that and will prevail till sunrise, which happens on February 9th, 2009 at 7:28 a.m. in Seattle, and it will continue beyond that. On this day, we've seen 3 Tithis in a day, from morning till 9:50 a.m. Chaturdasi, from 9:50 a.m. till 6:49 a.m. of February 9th Purnima, and 6:49 a.m. till the next day sunrise of 7:28 a.m. Krishna Paksha Prathama. Hence, the Purnima on February 8th, 2009 is a Kshaya Tithi in Seattle. Let's take another example of Vriddhi Tithi, February 18th, 2009, Panchang for Seattle. This can be found on www.mypanchang.com. The Krishna Paksha Dashami started previous day, February 17th, 29 hours 04 minutes, means February 18th, 2009 at 5:04 a.m. Please remember that although the date is the same, but the time is before the sunrise of February 18th, and hence its previous day, as the day in Hindu calendar is from the one sunrise to the another. In the sunrise on February 18th at 7:43 a.m., Dashami prevails till the sunrise of February 18th and beyond. It ends after the sunrise of February 19th, 2009, which occurs at 7:11 a.m., and the Dashami Tithi ends at 7:43 a.m. of February 19th. Hence, we saw that from Dashami Tithi prevails on 3 days. That is, day 1 from 17th night to 18th morning. The day 2, the entire day of February 18th till the sunrise of 19th. No other Tithi prevails for that day. Day 3 from sunrise of February 19th till 7:43 a.m. And hence the Dashami Tithi is the Vriddhi Tithi in Seattle. Tithi are very important in our day-to-day life. We use it to decide birth date, anniversaries. Usually for such observance, the Tithi prevailing at the time of sunrise is considered, and that date is chosen. For death, anniversaries, Tithi prevailing during the 3/5 part of the day, sunset to sunrise, is chosen. For festivals, different rules exist for each festivals. Tithis are Pratipada, Prathama, Dvitiya, in Telugu known as Vidya, Tritiya, in Telugu known as Thadiya, Chaturdasi, in Telugu known as Chaviti, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashami, Ekadasi, Dwadasi, Trayodasi, Chaturdasi. Last Tithi of the bright half is called Purnima, and the last Tithi of the darker half is called Amavasya. Tithi ends at the same instance all over the world. Tithi is basically the distance between the sun and the moon, and hence, as the celestial objects move in the heavens and doesn't wait for the Tithi to occur in a different part of the world. If they really wait, then it's a big chaos. There is a common misbelief that if Ekadasi occurs on October 2nd in India, it will occur on the same date all over the world. This is not true. It can really happen on the same day or the day before for countries west of India, and it can appear a day later for countries east of India. This is because we have explained before that these end at the same instance all over the world, and they are based on the distance between the sun and the moon. These heavenly bodies are calculated after converting a local time to UTC or GMT, and then the times are converted back into local time, and hence, due to the time difference, they can appear before places in the west of India, whereas they might appear a day later on the countries east of India. Hence, the calendar prepared in India isn't applicable to the places outside of India. If you think it's applicable outside of India, then you are thinking that the planets don't move at all, as Earth is divided into different time zones, and Earth revolves on its own axis and around the sun and the moon, cycling around the Earth. The distance between them keep changing, and these continue to grow every second. Hence, you cannot use an Indian Panchang prepared for the one place in India to other places. For more details, please visit mypanchang.com. Vaar is another important element of Panchanga. There are 7 major heavenly bodies, and each choose a day starting from Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. And the 7 Vars are Ravivar, Sunday; Somavara, Monday, Moon; Mangalavara, Tuesday, Mars; Budhavara, Mercury; Wednesday, Guruvara, Thursday, Jupiter; Sukravara, Friday, Venus; and Sanivara, Saturday, Saturn. They start at sunrise and last till another sunrise. Zodiac. Rashis are 360-degree belt around the Earth, and planets appear to move into that area. This is divided into 12 equal parts, and each part is called a Rashi. Hence, there are 12 Rashis like Mesha, Aries, Vishabha, Mithuna, Karaka, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrishchika, Dhanis, Makara, Kumbha, and Meena, Pisces. When the zodiac is divided into 27 equal parts, it is called nakshatra, and as they share the same belt with Rashis, each Rashi gets 2 1/4 nakshatra. Each nakshatra is further divided into 4 equal parts called padam or charana. Each Rashi has 9 nakshatra padam. We know that nakshatra is the 27th division of zodiac, with each nakshatra being 13 degrees and 20 minutes, roughly 800 minutes in length. Each nakshatra is also called constellation. This is basically derived from the position of the moon. When we say my nakshatra is Mrigashira, it means that the time of birth my moon was in the Mrigashira nakshatra. Names of 27 nakshatra are as follows: Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigasira, Aradra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Aslesha, Magha, Purva Palguni, Uttara Palguni, Hasta, Chitta, Swati, Vishakha, Anuradha, Jeshta, Mula, Purvashada, Uttarashada, Shravan, Dhanishta, Satabisha, Purvabhadra, Uttarabhadra, Revati. Panchang denotes end times of nakshatra. When the one nakshatra ends, another starts right away. The nakshatra of the moon is the nakshatra determines baby's nakshatra at the time of birth or nakshatra of that day. Yoga is an important element of the Panchanga. It's just an addition of suns and moons degrees, and there are 27 such yogas, with each yogas being 13 degrees and 20 minutes. There are good yogas and bad yogas. These are very important in Panchang Suddhi and in determining auspicious Muhurtha. Inauspicious yogas are avoided for the good work. Please avoid Vyatipata, Vaidriti, Pariga, Vishkumbha, Vajra, Shula, Atiganda, Vyagata Yoga in your Muhurtam calculations. Yoga gets 32 points in Muhurtam calculations. Panchang denotes end times of yoga. When the one yoga ends, another starts right away. Karana are another important element. A Karana is a half Tithi. They denote which part of the Tithi is auspicious and which part of the Tithi is inauspicious. There are 11 Karana, out of which 7 movable, Chara Karana, and 4 are Stira, fixed Karana. Charakarna are Bhava, Balava, Kaulava, Taitila, Gara, Vanaja, Vishti, also known as Bhadra, and Stira or fixed Karana are Shakuni, Shatushpad, Nag, Kintushna. Stira Karna and Vishti Bhadra Karna are inauspicious and they are avoided in all Muhurta. All Chara Karna except Vishti Bhadra are good Karna. They get 16 points in Muhurtam. Panchang denotes end times of Karna. When the one Karna ends, another starts right away. Now we know Panchanga and how to interpret it. They are used in Muhurtam, election astrology, to find the right time to perform events, occasion. For that, we need to find Panchanga Suddhi. The Panchanga Suddhi is nothing but a free time from bad Tithi, Nakshatra, Yoga, and Karna. This means we need to get the right day, Vara, Tithi, suitable for a specific event or occasion, Nakshatra, suitable for given occasion, likewise suitable Yoga and Karna for given occasion. One needs to avoid Nakshatra occupied by Mangal, Mars, and Shani, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. Also, one needs to avoid nakshatra in which solar or lunar eclipses has occurred, the nakshatra of the moon at the time of eclipse. Please avoid 6 months for total eclipse, 3 months for half eclipse. For partial eclipse, avoid 1 month. Also avoid 16 Gatika before and after Samkranti. Basically, avoid the day of Samkranti. Gatika is the ancient measurement used to denote fraction of time. Each Gatika is 24 minutes. Additional consideration given to the Muhurta, such as 1. Please avoid days of Guru and Shukra Asta, Modhyami. Also avoid 3 days before and 3 days after Asta. 2. Calculate Tarabalam. Important for Krishna Paksha. Tarabalam is the distance from birth nakshatra to the nakshatra of the day of the Muhurta. 3. Chandrabalam. From the birth moon to the moon of the day of Muhurta. 4. Other yogas like Amrit Siddhi Yoga, Ravi Yoga, etc. 5. Shadvargabalam. From various divisional charts prepared for the time of Muhurta. 6. Lagna Suddhi. Shadvargabala Yukta Lagna Suddhi gets 1,000 points. For more details on these subjects and to learn more about the Panchangam, please visit www.mypanchang.com. This tutorial is compiled for mypanchang.com by Pundit Mahesh Shastri with voice of Anuva Kumari.